Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today's going to be a very fun video piece. Today, we are going to be talking about some new growing methods I've actually come up with in the past few days. I think, hopefully might work. I have some kind of designs, and hopefully I can kind of visually show you guys the design. It's going to be a little bit harder because I haven't built any of them yet, so we're going to have to just kind of experiment here and there. But before we do go ahead and start today's video, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss our video. And please like this video. Let's go start today's video. Now, I will say, these are not my personal ideas. I did not happen to think one day this might work. These are all over the internet, like the strawberry method I'm going to be talking about later in today's video, or like pretty much all of these methods are stuff that has already been created, but I really want to feature it in this greenhouse and start working with this new method. First one is going to be this more of a bucket design. It is basically a bigger method, a bigger upgraded method of basically what's happening here. Because only thing really here is there's a net thing, and then there is some water at the very bottom. So that is all that is really going on here. But this way, it'll be a lot bigger. There will be a lid on top, there will be a net, but you're probably wondering, won't there be root rot? Yes. Massive root rot, massive amounts. So I'd have to get something like one of these air pumps and then put air into that water, just force it into there. Another thing is we're going to be doing some upgrades with this, having pretty much exactly this type of a tube going through the entire thing, poking holes throughout that entire tube, and then forcing some high pressured air through it to add a ton of air and just air bubbles into the water and just add a lot more oxygen to go to the roots. Then I've also have kind of thought about this type of a method. It is exactly like this, but it's a little bit of a bigger design. It's a little bit smaller than that, but it's rectangle and it can fit a ton of plants. Then something I really always wanted to do, this is kind of the design for like a really big type of strawberry farm. So pretty much everyone that's searched at some point just advanced growing strawberry farms, this is pretty much exactly what I'm going to be talking about. Pretty much, I don't know for sure what they are, but it doesn't really use like these types of things. It more uses like rain gutters. It goes kind of slanted a little bit. They have a kind of like a drip tray at the very bottom, and then they have a ton of those grow lights on that. And then they somehow take the bottom tray of this. So basically that rain gutter takes the point of this, so it has something to drip all that gross extra water throughout it. So it is pretty much exactly like this setup, but more expensive. So I think I might be going with this type of a setup very, very soon, and I really do want to work with this. I'll most likely build a setup exactly like this, or just use one of them I already have, because I do have 5. But if I want to dedicate one fully towards strawberries, I'd probably build something exactly like this, based on how stuff does over time, like this channel, and how much money that actually goes back into the channel. I might do a really fancy setup and have like actual rain gutters and really work with plants like that. But it'll be very interesting to see how that goes over time, because I really do want to work with strawberries. Another method I really do want to work with is just kind of stuff that's throughout here. I just really want to experiment with like different ways to grow. So like we have kind of like a bunched up thing going down there with peas, more of a spread it out method right there. But I just really want to work with a lot of things in different ways to grow stuff and see which one's really the best. Then I am going to be building a new thing. So kind of, this will be one of my biggest projects this summer. I really want to go pretty big with this type of a setup. I want to go with just something really, really cool. Just put all my knowledge about fish tanks and stuff. Put like a really cool like moss type of background in the back, and have like a ton of like fish in it. I know I want to have snails, some catfish type of algae eating type of fish. I want to have some other stuff, maybe just all sorts of stuff that I think would be really, really cool in here. It's just like an ecosystem, so I would barely have to feed it. I want to have shrimp in it. So shrimp, snails, those Chinese algae eating looking fish, and I want to have a main fish, kind of like a goldfish, but I don't really want to have a goldfish because I want this to be a lot more eco-friendly, where I barely have to do maintenance on it. I also, now if you guys have been with the channel at all, I've just had a huge addiction to kind of going with a big setup and somehow featuring plants into each thing. So I've actually come up with a design that could be really, really cool. First thing is going to be, this is the shelf, or this is the fish tank that would store all the most important feature. It would go all the way up the shelf throughout the pump, go throughout the very top, go through a ton of filtration systems to take out all that ammonia, turn it into nitrate, and then it would go back down the shelf to this shelf, and then I would probably have like 2 or 3 trays right here. These types of trays. Just have these across the shelves, if I can even get it. Have these, have a ton of them throughout the shelves, and then probably 3, connect them as they go through, and then they would go back down and empty out right here. So then I do think that would be pretty cool. It would probably be one of the best to really help. I do think I would still have a pump go on a little bit here and there, but I do feel like this design could be pretty good. I know if you guys have been with the channel for quite some time, I've had a lot of trouble with like algae forming in this, so I think I'd probably use like these clay ball stuff and just really just fill the system up, have about like 1,000, probably about 500, 300 in here, and then have just a little thin layer of water at the very bottom and grow all sorts of stuff in here, mostly herbs and just less plants that don't need to grow for long periods of time, like parsley, cilantro, basil, all sorts of stuff. So I do think that could be pretty cool. I don't really think it will be a very quick project, because I really do want to put a lot of work into the fish tank for a while and put some money that I've been saving for that project in particular. And this one will be a little bit more of an expensive thing, because I'm going to be getting real plants, real moss, a lot of fancy fish, yeah, so I think the second phase will come on a lot later, but I've already done a lot of experimenting with those types of filtration systems, and this system over here was actually going to be used with it. Let's put that pebble right back. But we actually have kind of like the beginning system. We have those bead things right here. I've heard a lot of people say Legos work perfectly too for that feature. So that's very interesting. But yeah, this is gonna be the end of the video. If you guys like these types of videos, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you do not miss every video, and please like this video. This is gonna be the end of the video, so I just really want to thank you all for watching today's video and supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.